from Top Esports. We get the Karmazins out into a Lulu, and then the final rotation actually had Karsa bringing his Trundle back. He does love his Trundle jungle. It's not been good for a good old while, but that'll never stop Karsa playing it.
And actually, I think it's had a bit of a great angle. Low mobility champions.
Karsa's here. iBoy just realizes that he's completely doomed. The flash Jackie Love has first blood on the Cogmore. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that for Top Esports. Jackie Love and Draw are so aggressive, and Karsa, oh my god, we don't have time to talk about pathing. Karsa doesn't care about pathing. Who needs minions when he can farm enemy champions? They're going to go for a dive here on the bottom side. You're right, the TP immediately comes in. iBoy is already going to go down. The Jackie Love is tanking the tower here. Fofo is going to be able to get the return kill. Knight is here. It's 2 now as Fofo returns underneath the tower. Top Esports might go for the redive. They still have thousands of minions dying underneath this tower right now, but the TP being channeled, I think that's Hung returning to the lane here. He's managing to keep up, at least for now, as Karsa returns. And we have a bit of a skirmish for the Scuttle Crab. Knight is here, stolen away the Mimic ultimate from the LeBlanc, which does depend on which spell Fofo has most recently used. Jackie Love trying to move in, takes a bit of a chunk for himself as the fight for the grab continues. And now a pillar underneath 3 people with a TP being channeled. Knight is kind of stuck outside the wrong place here. And he goes in onto iBoy on the backline, trying to finish off the enemy AD carry, but he can't do it. It's the jungler that falls instead as Chintian. I just died. I just nearly died on my own saliva. Chintian almost goes down, manages to get one for himself. Now they're chasing for more. And they won't be able to find anything. Over to you, Orcs.
Yeah, only 1 kill there. Nearly a second with Munch going down. But we see Top Esports able to win out. And this is the LPL you expect. A 5-man fight on the bot side for the Skull Crab. But quickly, Top Esports are able to translate that win into the Dragon. You can see that initially we tried to find the headway coming out from Rare Adam, but they just weren't able to take down any targets. And the elongated fight, there's so much value with the Silas, with the Cogmore. The situation has been pretty positive, but I honestly feel like that fight kind of bailed Top Esports out, because as much as bot lane was going pretty good, we saw Karsa down and farm on top lane, but they're looking for something.
Yeah, they can just go on to Lien there. He doesn't have the damage. And now Fofo uses all the burst onto the Trundle. Maybe Knight can turn this around. Has the stolen ultimate available. Goes onto Fofo. Doesn't know which one's real, though. We'll have to return to the minion wave. More items he's able to get for himself, the better it's going to look the longer this game goes on. Cube could be in trouble as Knight tries to set up a dive. Xingtian might just find the stun here. Cube being so disrespectful. He knew Knight was there, and he still goes for it. Now a TP to answer as Lien is here onto 2. Damage coming out onto Xingtian, but a bit of sustain is there. Knight gets the knock up, and somehow they're going to be able to stop Lien in his tracks. Xingtian survives.
Critical thing is the TP was actually stopped for Fofo.
On this Renekton, but now Knight could be in trouble. Fofo is there, Lien is there, and it's going to be the stolen distortion to get out of the play from Knight. Very nicely done. Still has his splash, and now Lien realizes he's up a creek without a paddle. He's got no way out of this one. Tries to commit onto Knight instead, but the healing is there because he's playing against the Silence, and Lien is 0-4. For some reason, building lethality. This is not looking good for RA.
I mean, he's on his one-item spike, and something I really like to see is that Jackie Love has gone for the Vicend. It's great here that MR is really effective against both the LeBlanc and the pillars trapping. What a tragedy.
Went in and Karsa's like, bro, what are you doing? I'm not running away from you. I'm just gonna fight you. Gives the kill over to Jackie Love. Lien really not having a fun time. And I guess I can understand the build, but iBoy now getting threatened. Knight is here to finish him off as well. I expected this to be like a fun, close game. This is an absolute schlacking here. As Chintian jumps in onto Fofo in the mid lane, nearly finishes him off. Cube, the enemy top laner, was hitting Chintian the entire time and just was doing nothing.
It just feels
not going to go great in the mid game when your LeBlanc and Cogmore trade with one another and Cogmore wins the trade. It's not a good sign. Fofo trying to get back onto Jackie Love. Takes an auto to the face. We're fighting for Herald here. Xingtian, huge sustain on the back line, and actually just gets the kill onto Lien and gets away with it as well. Fofo back over the wall, consistently poking Jackie Love, but the Ignite going to turn that damage back around. Herald taken. I think Xingtian got that in the end as he moves up towards the top lane. And Jackie Love can rinse and repeat and head back towards the mid lane where he's hitting away at this tower. The tier 1 will fall. The Herald not even having to use the charge. as you'd expect. They maybe threaten the tier 2 here as Carson moves in, blocks Hung from going around the far side of the tower. The Herald will be stopped, but it'll get its charge off. It will get damage onto the tier 2.
And you see Karam trying to contest, but JackeyLove's so confident, even getting chunked out by the LeBlanc. He knows there's only so much damage coming out from a LeBlanc. There's only one combo, but anyone who's taking damage from this Kog'Maw will just get absolutely shredded. He has the Runans as well as Got him Spike. With the Lulu backing him up, feels super confident. Oh, Carson.
Carson's getting pretty low. Has to use his ult here, but Lien just is not tanky enough. And JackeyLove finishes him pretty easily. Now onto Cube they go. Does not have much sustain yet. Xingqian just goes in and blasts the wave apart. That'll mean Prio in that mid lane. The enemy jungler down. Those are all the boxes ticked, and over to the Baron we go.
Yeah, and it initially looked like maybe Carson was caught out. Does get the safety net and able to flash away, but then because everyone was grouped to kill him, the Runan's doing so much there. Now, RA feel like they have to contest this one, but look at JackeyLove go.
He just walks at them. That's the LeBlanc, and he's happy to just walk towards Fofo. No fear in his eyes whatsoever. Knight over the wall as well. Steals away the Mimic once more. Looking for that distortion, looking for the gap close to be able to get back into the play. Fofo, bit of damage onto JackeyLove, but can't get the chain. And there we go. 21-minute Baron coming out for top esports, away from RA's buildings as possible. Hung now getting slowed by the pillar, getting chased down. Xingqian pressuring the top side once more as he moves towards the inhib tower. And these waves are synced, which means JackeyLove gets a bit of an opportunity to move forward. Xingqian threatening still. Fofo gets on Wildgrowth to knock him up, forces his flash out, the Ignite ticket away onto him as well. Dawning Shadow across the squad. There's a root coming out onto JackeyLove, but the rest of the team is there to protect him. The Everfrost from Knight is beautiful. And it means they can keep this chain going. Xingqian still just in the top side, doesn't even react to the play in the mid lane. Knight is over the wall, has the Heartbreaker stolen away if he wants to go for the play. Onto Hung they go, and he just gets evaporated. Q can't do anything about it. And I mean, top esports, they're just smurfing in this game. It doesn't feel like RA have anything in the tank. Oh,
and they're still going.
We're not even done. Fofo is going to go. I think this is just going to be game orcs. I think this is already over as Cube just gets obliterated as well. That's at minimum 2 inhibs. They've got waves to work with. They've got death timers to work with. If I know top esports, this is the kind of team that's going to push this for more. They're going to close this one out. And orcs, what an unbelievable stomp coming out here from top esports in game number 1. So they look to close it out. RA wants to contest, but there's just no way. JackeyLove just death marches forward, and top esports. What was that?
I mean, I think they understood.